this module 20 and 21 of the course design practice. We were talking about how to gauge the various sub elements of C environment given some influential dimensions and their already established level and their projected level in the should be environment, C environment. So, in context of that, we talked about the various sub elements and the various factors influencing the different sub elements, including organizational aspects, the requirement aspects for the product line, the communication aspects between the program stakeholders, and then also the development methodology for the product development process. And in context of that, I would like to also just recap about how the various levels had been earlier set for different organizational elements between A to D into the various sub elements like team membership, leadership, member contribution, business relationship, training, education, responsibility, management decisions, so on and so forth. Similarly, a similar analysis was done for the requirement elements, definition, schedule types, planning methodology and validation, and also the communication elements related to working data management, data acquisition, lessons learned from feedback, decision traceability, interpersonal levels of C environment. And then finally, also the product development methodology elements related to optimization or maintaining of the data libraries or the development process or the reviews or the measurements or verification or analysis architecture, etc. So, there were different levels in all these self assessment matrices, and you have also found out from the last about 2-3 slides how the different elements map into some of these sub element levels, and based on these we want to draw out a matrix for the element slash sub element in a way that we can estimate what is the current level and what is going to be the expected level. So, let us write about this. So, let us prepare the we call it the C environment assessment matrix. This will give us some basis for the allocation of resources in certain zones without really considering a whole lot of improvements to be done, which would be more targeted or pinpointed for the overall influencing dimensions to change levels between B and C, as was the target given earlier. So, in this particular case, let us say we have the following elements of concurrent engineering. And we have different levels here in this environment. Let us call this A, B, C and D. So, the first element that we are concerned with is the organizational aspects, and in the organizational aspects you know that there are certain sub elements, like for example team membership is a sub element of the organizational aspect. So, let us look at where we are placed. When we go to the organizational aspect, we find out that the organization has a vast majority of team members who are product oriented, and then manager is appointed by the management. So, if we look again into the self assessment matrix, we see that for the membership, if members have task perspectives, it is generally appropriate to group them under category A. Okay, you can see this particular instance here. In this case also, the members have a task perspective, they are only oriented towards more towards production and or product, and so therefore it is a good idea for the team membership to be having a level A. Okay, so we just create level A for the team membership, just mark this. Similarly, we look at the second sub element. For example, the second sub element in this case is team leadership, and you know that in this model that we are talking about, the leader is appointed by the management, and if we go back into the self assessment matrix for the organizational elements, you see that for team leadership, if management appointed team leader is there, it is considered to be level A, okay, and it is upgradable to level D, of course, all the way to D, as you can see here, but right now we are at level A as regards the team leadership. So, we will just put level A here on the team leadership. The third sub element that we are considering here for the organizational aspect is the team interaction. Again, let us look at what is the feature in the organization which can lead us to map into the self assessment matrix. So, for as regards the so we find out that in this particular case in the organization, although the dominant members are from manufacturing, but they do occasionally receive advice from other design influencing disciplines, and so there is a sort of a multidisciplinary approach in their behavioral pattern as far as advisement goes. And if I looked at the organizational aspect again and see the team member contributions, there is a case B here which talks about interface tools and multidisciplinary advisors. So, this is where the most appropriate fit would be of the current status of the organization. So, let us now gauge the team interaction to be at level B, okay, based on that. Then we talk about business relationships. So, in this case we will just again go back and see what is the kind of relationship level that this organization is at, and what is found out is that mostly there are apart from some themes or some specific vendors, mostly the relationships with suppliers are based on purchasing. Of course, there are certain vendors who are also stakeholders. I will just write this down here. So, some suppliers have some stakes, participate in the design exchanges, design and development exchanges, but there are only few, not all of them. So, the business relationship seems to be sort of contractual, where a very less amount of stakeholding is there, mostly the environment is purchase driven, or you can say that it is contract based relationship. So, we will gauge this business relationship at level B of the current organization. So, business relationships is at level B. Then we talk about the next organizational sub element, which is about training education. And in the training education domain, if we go back to look at how the organization in the current form is in terms of managing training, so we find out that the training is encouraged mostly discipline oriented, very specific, very focused, theme based training, and it is not really motivational in nature. So, therefore, the training education could be somewhere around level B again, which talks about just a little bit of approach multidisciplinary, but again computer based focused training, where you just learn about the activity that you are doing. Okay. So, there is no training education of, let us say, more motivational cooperative decision making processes or synergistic knowledge based processes. And so, we can say that the level at which the training education of the current level of organization is again B. So, we will just mark that B here. Okay. Again, the sub element related to responsibility authority, if we look at very closely here, responsibility authority, you know that in this particular organization the performance awards are given to key individuals. Okay. So, there is some kind of recognition which is there, and the responsibility level is really based on some kind of a rewarding basis, which again if we go back into the self assessment criterias, it hits the category A here, where it talks about member responsibilities and rewards. So, we will just map this into case A. The responsibility authority is at level A of the current organization. Let us also look at the last element or sub element of the organization, which is management decisions. And in this particular case, if we go back again into the requirement of the organization, we find out that long term investments are being made to penetrate into the market. Okay. And so, in a way, the management decision that would be there is not going to be just sort of a single phase planning or investment or a profit based cost based decision, but again sort of a multi phase planning at a longer horizon of time, investments using sort of value based decision support systems, which enables case or the level to be at level C. So, we are talking about this particular level here. We are not talking about just a single phase of investment. or something which is cost driven decision making, but we are talking about almost a multi-phase planning, and therefore something which has a value based decision support system of a longer time horizon. So management decisions at the current level are at level C for this particular organization. So let us put level C here. Okay. So this is how you gauge all the organizational aspects. If we looked at the requirement aspects again, so let us look at what are the requirement elements or sub elements which are to be considered. So the first requirement sub element is definition related to the product line which is in question, and we already know that in our earlier analysis we have said that the requirements in this case are mostly customer requirements which are documented, and customer needs which are recognized through market surveys and competitive benchmarking. So if we again go back into the requirements, requirements self-assessment matrix, we find out that this corresponds to the level A here, which talks about itemized requirements definition or requirements database. So it's very specific, related to need based design ideas. Okay. So therefore the definition happens to be at level A. So we will just mark the definition at level A. Similarly, when we talk about the other sub element of requirements, which is schedule types. So we know from our initial analysis of the organization that for the requirements, the product reputation being very critical, the products will not be released unless they are ready for production. And so in a way, if we look at what is going to be the level of schedule types that we are considering, it has to be a event based. Schedules are event based or event driven. So here this corresponds to a case C. If we look at, let us say, the requirement elements based self assessment criteria for the schedule types, the event based schedules happen to be at level C, where there is event driven program management tools which are being utilized. So we will mark this or grade this sub element schedule types at level C somewhere here. And then similarly we have the other sub element for requirement, that is planning and methodology. That will be the third sub element, and we will try to find out again using the same comparative method where we are placed in terms of the current organization's strategy. And we see here that the products would kind of get released only when they are ready for production. Okay. So therefore we can think of a particular level of the planning methodology which is more based on synchronization of concurrent interrelated tasks, interrelated process driven planning tools to be executed. Unless that happens, we are not able to foresee whether a product is production ready. Okay. So therefore we talk about level C as far as the planning methodology is concerned, this particular level, and map that as level C under the planning methodology sub element which is being documented here. When we talk about again validation, product validation, so we know that the validation here in this particular case is against the customer requirements. The product specifications are validated against customer requirements, and so therefore you have to have the validation at level B, particularly in this case, because if we look at into the self assessment criteria again for the requirement elements, the validation of interrelated constraints are what actually comes out of the customer requirements. And so therefore we will put the validation level at B or level B. Similarly, when we do the same practice for the third element, which is communications, we have very clear cut aspect of communication here. For example, the data management accessibility would happen typically on this particular organizational structure that we are talking about at the program level. Okay. So, you can see that the basic design data is stored at the program level in the communications module of this particular concurrent engineering environment. So, if we look at again the self assessment criteria for the communication elements, you can see that level C really corresponds to a program repository of working data, central program database. Okay. So, this is how at the program level things can be done. So, when we talk about data management and accessibility, it happens to be at level C. So, let us write this sub element here, data management accessibility. Okay. So, we talk about level C in this particular case. When we talk about data acquisition and sharing, that is the second sub element in case of the communication module. We find out, because we are talking about a concept of product information being shared across product projects, and you have some kind of commonality of design and project goal oriented reuse in such information being shared. So, if we looked at the levels, the different levels of the section on data acquisition and sharing on the communication sub element self assessment matrix, we see that we are somewhere here when we talk about data available as generated, program sharing, central database storage on program network. So, we are talking about the level of data acquisition and sharing to be at level C. Let us mark level C here for data acquisition and sharing. Similarly, when we talk about let us say lessons learned for feedback, that is the third sub element. And this is mostly about experiential feedback. We know that the team members are focused on product and their project goals. So, a very kind of skewed way of thinking here. And if I looked at again the lessons learned, so if you have a consolidated design guide with rationale and checking a little bit of structured query capability or with increasingly integrated rules, you are talking about a level B where such feedback can be generated. So, you have some rationale behind what you are thinking, although very minuscule level of rationale, which is good enough at this stage, because we talk about again team members focused on their project goals. Okay. So, slightly above the product orientation. So, we will say that this is stationed at level B. Again, when we look at design traceability, we can record this to be at level C. In this particular case, in the organizational aspects, obviously there is some kind of communication of design and project goal oriented reuse which is there of the data. And so, when we look at traceability issues, we are talking about a sort of a program decision rationale ownership and a repository with the unstructured keyword search which is available program wide. So, again something which is where the level of the current organization seems to be. And then of course, in the other sub element factor, that is interpersonal, in this particular case people are generally focused to the product or project goals, and in this case we can say that we have sort of equal inputs across the whole program coming out from different sectors, which is corresponding to again case C, as one can see here where although it is not really a knowledge based perspective which generates further knowledge, but it is about really the product as such, or let us say about the project, how it is going. So, that equal input or impact helps in sort of interpersonal knowledge generated across several different sectors of the particular program. So, interpersonal can be mapped at level C. Similarly, we also have a mapping for product development methodology, which I am not going to go into details anymore, but I am just going to show you how the different sub elements like optimization, data library, development process, reviews, measurements, analysis architecture, verification, etc. are again classified into the different levels A, B, C and D. So, let us just write this down here. This is element D. In one case we are talking about product development methodology and several sub elements involved in this. Case A is related to optimization. So, we know that the level of optimization that will be there in this particular case, because we are considering all the interrelated customer requirements in the product design. So, we are thinking, or we are stationed at somewhere around level B. So, with limited interrelated requirements, we carry out optimization. So, let us just grade these into different levels. So, optimization is at level B. Similarly, in this particular case, the data libraries are established across the program to provide application independent data to all projects, as well as complete product design data packages. So, this corresponds to a level C, which talks about independent libraries, technology, information external to tools. So, you can think of a level here. Okay. So, this is level C, where the data libraries of the program are. So, we just grade this level C. Similarly, when we talk about development process, the development process here in this case. So, regarding the development process, we are stationed at level C again, level B again, which talks about, if we look at the product development methodology, we are having a sort of a good and proper verification process, design documentation being followed, and then also the verification process is very thorough to ensure proper performance of products delivered to the customers. These are the existing levels, okay, of the organization at which the organization is in. And we talk about a design methodology which is quite well documented. So, when we look at the self assessment criteria here for the product development methodology, the development process where the central theme is controllability should be based around this, which talks about measurement standards, definition, so it is a well documented kind of a design process. You have key parameter identification tools which are there, through which you could access any particular portion, measure the efficacy, okay, and compare it with definitions. So, we have therefore the development process at level B. Similarly, when we talk about reviews, again if we look at the section on reviews, the reviews are typically in this case event driven. That is what has happened earlier also when we talked about even the part related to the requirements, that in the requirement section, as you may have found out earlier, that the schedules are sort of program event driven. So, obviously, the review should also be event driven as far as the development methodologies go. So, we will have the fourth sub element here, reviews, categorized under again category B. Similarly, we have measurements. This is another sub element in the product development methodology. So, this is a station that, if we look at the measurements, we have sort of a deterministic indices based system where you can have function specific measurement method, Okay, so because it's very methodical, the design process is very methodical and well documented, it is as well pertinent for us to consider that in this particular organization we have a very good measurement information system which can handle sort of varied project requirements. So, we can have the measurements stationed at level A. Okay. When we talk about again analysis architecture, the analysis architecture in this case has been found to be at level A again, and the verification scheme in the product development methodology happens to be at level B, which is about multidisciplinary analysis tools based verification. So, it is a very well defined design methodology. So, obviously, these aspects are a part of different sub elements associated with the development methodology here. So, if we in general look at this whole matrix that we have drawn for assessing the current level of the concurrent engineering environment, we find out that the way that the different A, B's and C's are classified, a total number of 6 A's are recorded in this particular table. As far as B goes, there are about 9 B's which are again recorded, and as far as C's go, there is no level D. So, C's are 7, actually 8 C's which are recorded in this particular scheme of events. So, as far as the task structuring or the element structuring is concerned, you can probably say that again the level of operation here as far as all the elements are concerned is the majority if we have equal weightages to all these different elements related to C. And so, at present the level of the C environment is set at B, and we want to migrate to C. So, basically we would like to invest into some of these which have direct consequences which will get into level C. So, what we are going to do now, or what we are going to sort of think of is that what is the requirement in terms of the influential dimensions which will gauge these levels to translate ahead. You already know that considering the current scenario, the level of difference between the B's and the C's are not very high, and so if the overall level of the concurrent engineering environment is at level C, then relatively less effort would be needed to establish by directing some of the resources to some of these elements here for making or upgrading the level from B to C. Okay, so, we need is to sort of have a representation, majority representation in this matrix, if provided all the elements are equally weighted, of more number of C's than B's for the environment to change gears into the next higher level. You already recorded in the earlier few slides that for the influential dimensions for the product line to be introduced, the manager must consider setting up the environment to level C of the concurrent engineering atmosphere or environment from the existing level B. So, this is the sort of a map, okay, which tells that how much effort would be needed to do that in terms of structuring all the elements. So, I hope that you get a good idea about how on a practical situation, let us say when a management environment needs to be set up for implementing concurrent engineering solutions, one needs to look at independently for your own specific case the various elements that are needed or involved in setting up that environment which would be able to assist or influence the product dimensions. Okay. And then when any new production line is introduced or any new product is introduced or any new program is introduced in an overall let us say enterprise like environment, it is important for one to consider the phase 1 about what are the critical dimensions, what are going to be the current levels, where the level is being projected for the sales of the new product line to be higher, and then accordingly tweak the elements in a manner by limited resources, by investing limited resources into them, so that you could change gears from the current level to a mapped level as necessitated by the phase 1 influential dimensions of the particular product. So, this is how you plan a concurrent engineering environment. So, we will sort of round off here this particular module, but in the next module we will look at some of the basic tools which are related to by designers to work in a concurrent engineering like setup, and these tools are relatively handy in terms of structured approaches for carrying out the exact customer's psyche. If it is let us say related to failure modes related to a product, we have a methodology called FMEA, which means failure mode effect analysis. If it is related to training of the voice of the customer, there should be a sort of a methodology where the exact need finding a part of the customer should come ahead through a very organized matrix called the quality function deployment matrix, QFD. And so, we will talk about these various aspects of concurrent engineering environments, which will enable designers to proceed in a particular manner to do the best product designs. So, with that I would like to conclude this particular module. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next week's module.